There we go. All right, my name is Kathleen Gerhold, and I am the Assistant Vice President of Programs and Operations, and I oversee HIAS Immigration and Citizenship, part of JCFS Chicago's family of services. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our second virtual HIAS Recognition Night. Thank you so much for being here to celebrate our 11 remarkable scholarship awardees. This is an evening we look forward to all year, and it feels uniquely special to be in community, even if over screens, as we look for ways to connect with others during this challenging year. I know I found strength in learning about our scholarship recipients and hearing about their commitments to their families, communities, and to the world. I'm excited for you all to get to know this year's cohort as well, and hope that you find strength in their passion and determination. I want to take a moment to thank our generous anonymous donors who enable us to award these scholarships each year. Your impact is not only felt by these 11 individuals and their families, but it ripples far throughout community to all the people and organizations that our scholars intersect with. To the HIAS Scholarship Committee, Dan Boyer, Zabina Hanani, Judy Farby, Irina Persky, and Toria Stender, thank you for taking on this incredible challenge of selecting awardees. It is not an easy job, and I am heartened by the conversations that you have had, inspired by your thoughtfulness and intention. And finally, to our 11 scholars, we at HIAS are so proud and humbled to know that HIAS has been a consistent in supporting your families, in some cases for more than 80 years, starting with the resettlement of your grandparents. It is truly remarkable to consider that history. We encourage you to stay connected to us, and we will follow up with you to give you some ideas on what that could look like. But we hope this is an opportunity to build, strengthen our relationships with you. We are only as strong as our community, and we are so lucky and grateful you and your families are part of that community. It is now my pleasure to introduce Irina Persky, HIAS Scholarship Committee member and former awardee, who will share a bit more about our scholarships and launch us into the awards. Irina.
Thank you so much. Let me see, can you hear me?
Yes, doing great.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So this is definitely different. I've been a part of Scholarship Committee for many years. This is our second year being virtual, and a year when I am outside, savoring this experience in nature. So as was mentioned, I've been with HIAS for ever since I immigrated to the United States, and even before that. So my family was resettled in Chicago in 1990 with the help of HIAS. I joined, I was a recipient of the HIAS scholarship in 1994, so I'm totally aging myself here. And I joined a HIAS board in 2003 and remained on the board for many, many years, serving in different roles, including the role of the HIAS board president. And so HIAS has a very special place in my heart. And it's an absolute honor to be able to continue supporting our future, our younger generation through scholarships. HIAS Chicago has been able to award scholarships since 1992. And it's not an easy process, but we believe that all of the young men and women who are recipients of the scholarship are incredibly deserving, who demonstrate not only academic excellence, but also commitment to strengthening the community, passion for Jewish faith and culture. It is an absolute privilege to be able to highlight the successes, accomplishments, and passion of our scholarship winners. And this year's awardees stand out for their resilience, compassion, desire to make this world a more equitable place. Today would not have been possible without the generosity of our scholarship funders. And on behalf of HIAS and our scholars, I would like to extend gratitude to the Benton Bernstein families, the Polsky Family Foundation, the Max and Anna Warshawski family, the Bernard Gordon Memorial Scholarship Fund, the Ruth Schultz Memorial Scholarship Fund, the Henry and Helga Bierang Memorial Fund, the Jim and Paula Rice Family Fund, and gifts made in loving memory of Bian Nessenson, and many generous anonymous donors. Being a HIAS scholarship recipient means that you will forever be connected to a network of individuals who, just like you, value community, culture, and our shared history. We ask that you stay connected, that you keep us updated on your achievements and on your career plans, that you commit to giving back, to keep paying it forward in whatever way is meaningful to you. We're honored to welcome you into our HIAS Scholar family. We are excited to see what you do in your life. And we are so thrilled to be able to share this evening with you and your families. This is definitely a highlight of June for me every year as we gather together. And so thank you for making tonight possible. And now it is my pleasure to call on Toria Stander, my fellow scholarship committee member, who will present undergraduate awards. Toria.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I am Tori Stender. I'm a member of the JCFS board, and as you heard, a very proud member of the HIAS Scholarship Committee. It is my honor to be presenting such a talented and impressive group of undergraduate scholars with their scholarships. So the first one that we have, the first scholarship recipient, is Alana Caven. Alana will major in computer science at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. She plans to pursue research using computer science in the areas of education and medicine. Alana received the Math Course Award for the highest math GPA every year of high school and is a member of the National Honor Society. She volunteered at the ARC, starting a coding club for middle school girls with her sister, volunteered at a dance studio helping younger students in ballroom and Latin dancing, and was a peer leader in Wild Kit Buddies, where she supported students with special needs. HIAS played a large role in resettling Alana's parents by providing help with English classes, medical and financial support, and assistance finding jobs. And now we'd like to ask Alana to say a few words.
Yeah, thank you so much for the introduction. Yeah, I'm Alana Caven, and I'd like to start off by saying thank you to HIAS for the support that you provided my family with, and thank you to the organization donors for making the scholarship opportunity possible. So I myself am not an immigrant, but I'm a first-generation American, and HIAS greatly was able to help both my mother's and father's families immensely in their immigration process. So just as a preface, I'm just going to share a little bit about the immigrant experience of my mother and my sister, who's a scholarship recipient, is going to talk about our father's immigrant experience. But for my family, immigrating to America was a dream for many, many years. And they're from Ukraine specifically. And all they wanted was just a world where they could embrace their Jewish culture without facing repercussions, which they definitely did, being Jews in the Soviet Union. And my family was limited in occupational and other opportunities because of their Jewish identities. But my mother and grandparents immigrated to America in 1993, and they came because of the limited opportunities that they had in Ukraine. because of their Jewish identities. And so HIAS played a pivotal role in assisting my family. And through HIAS, my family was able to learn English through English classes that HIAS offered. They were also able to receive financial and medical support, as well as assistance with housing through HIAS. And my family and I are immensely thankful for the help of HIAS. And my family's immigration to America has made a significant impact on my life because of their choice to immigrate, I've been provided with extensive opportunities to receive a proper education, to explore my Jewish culture and share my family's unique stories with others. And these opportunities would definitely not be possible without HIAS's support of my family's immigration. And I always truly value and never take for granted the opportunities and resources that I've been provided with, because my family stories have shown me to work hard and strive for success. And this scholarship will greatly aid myself and my family in the process of assisting financially for college to obtain a college degree. And this coming fall, I will be attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign for computer science. I'm eager to continue my education and explore my passion for computer science, and the scholarship greatly aids myself and my family in the process. So thank you again so much for the recognition and scholarship opportunity.
Thank you. That was lovely. I appreciate that. Although the second awardee may have you thinking you're seeing double, I can assure you that you are not. These are two very unique and special young women. Our second recipient is Emily Caven. Emily will attend the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, where she'll study the application of artificial intelligence, specifically in the field of medicine. The decision to engage in this field of study was solidified when Emily served as a research intern at the PhD lab at Northwestern University in the area of computer science. Emily has volunteered at the ARC, where she worked in the food pantry, served meals, and translated for Russian-speaking diners. The collaboration with her sister, she started a STEM club for female students at the middle school she had attended. Emily's parents immigrated from the Ukraine with the assistance of HIAS. She's been impacted by her parents' stories of persecution and limitation of opportunities because they are Jews. As a first-generation American, Emily is inspired to pursue and achieve her academic and professional goals. Emily, we'd love to hear a few words from you.
Thank you so much for the introduction. First off, I would really just like to thank HIAS for the generous scholarship, which will aid me in my future educational career, as you mentioned, at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, where I'll be studying computer science. So HIAS has greatly aided my family as new immigrants in America, and I would just like to take a few moments to highlight my family's immigration experience, and I'll be sharing about my father and his family's immigration story. So I am a first-generation American, and my family left their hometowns in Kiev, Ukraine, in search of a better life and more opportunities that they had. And living in the Soviet Union was challenging. My family recalls constantly facing anti-Semitism that limited them in obtaining a proper education and entering the workforce to pursue their dreams and goals. My father shared that he could not enter college because Ukrainian universities only accepted such a small percentage of Jewish people each year. And my grandparents struggled to find jobs in the Soviet Union due to their Jewish identities. And after experiencing oppression in their home country for many years, my family made the decision to move to America in search of a better life for themselves and for future generations. My father's family arrived in America in July of 1979 with only $2,000, which is merely enough for a few months' worth of living. And although it was difficult for them to assimilate in this new country, HIAS played a pivotal role in my family's success as new immigrants. HIAS provided my family with financial support and aided my family in learning English. And my grandmother shared with me that when she entered her first day of English class, the instructor told her, "Can you spell hello?" And she responded, "But I don't know the word spell." And so from knowing merely no English, HIAS really did aid my family in learning English early on to succeed in America. And my family is very grateful and thanks HIAS to this day for all the support and assistance that they were provided with. My family's immigration to America allowed me to receive a proper education and have opportunities that I would not otherwise have in Ukraine. and I've been able to proudly share and explore my Jewish identity, which is something that my family struggled with in Ukraine. I greatly value this HIAS scholarship, and I will continue my educational career where I will work hard to make myself as well as my family proud. Thank you again for the scholarship and support in my future educational endeavors. Thank you.
Emily, thank you and congratulations. Our next recipient is Daniela Ostroff. Daniela is enrolled at the University of Illinois, Chicago, where she will study biochemistry and public health. She was accepted into UIC's guaranteed professional program, which means as an entering undergrad, she's already secured a spot in their medical school. Daniela's interactions and observations as a volunteer at Rush Hospital enhanced her desire to study medicine. She serves as a BBYO board member, participated in the research training internship program through the JUF, is a math and reading tutor for young students, and plays piano for the Junior Klezmer Orchestra. With the assistance of HIAS, Daniela's parents came to the United States as Jewish refugees from Belarus. And now, Daniela, we'd love for you to share your thoughts.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction. Hello, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Daniela Ostroff, and I'm so honored to have been given the opportunity of receiving the scholarship and of speaking to all of you today. A couple of months ago, my English teacher assigned my class a project. The assignment was simple: to create a 5 to 7 minute documentary that told a story. Immediately, I knew what story I needed to tell. Throughout my childhood, my family constantly reminisced about their time in the former Soviet Union, specifically Belarus. Over the years, I had caught a glimpse of the anti-Semitism they faced and the mistreatment that they endured, but never before had I had a chance to sit down and hear their full stories. During the holiday of Passover, I had a chance to sit down with 6 family members, my parents, my grandparents, and my uncle, and hear about their experiences. I was shocked by how much of my family's story I had never heard about. One experience that struck particularly close to home to high school senior me was that of my uncle's college admission process. My uncle was gifted in mathematics and was a national math team champion. He was hoping to study at Moscow State University, the most prestigious university in the Soviet Union. However, this university had a quota for the number of Jews that it would accept of about 2%. So it was significantly harder for Jews to get into that university. My uncle described how Jewish students were given separate entrance exams with impossible problems nicknamed coffins, which were designed to prevent Jews from being accepted into the school. My family immigrated to the United States so that I and future generations of our family would not experience the injustices of anti-Semitism. My college admissions process was far different from my uncle's. I was lucky enough to have an equal chance of being accepted into all of the universities that I applied to. I am excited for the next part of my journey at the University of Illinois at Chicago as a part of the GPPA Medical Scholars Program, which gives me a guaranteed spot in UIC's medical school. With the help of HIAS, I'm looking forward to furthering my education in pursuit of becoming a physician. Years ago, HIAS helped my family immigrate to the United States in order to escape anti-Semitism in the former Soviet Union. Today, HIAS continues to help my family by allowing me to embark on an educational journey that is free of injustice and mistreatment. Thank you to HIAS for all that you do, and thank you to you all for listening to our stories so that we can make sure that they never happen again.
Thank you, Daniela. Congratulations, and thank you for sharing your story. Our next recipient is Stanley Rosenblatt. Stanley will study economics at Stanford University this fall. He discovered his passion for overcoming economic challenges while interning in Mayor Pete Buttigieg's office, where he learned about gentrification, displacement, and helping those who are underrepresented. Stanley founded a Future Business Leaders of America chapter at his high school, raised money for Boys and Girls Clubs and the Humane Society of St. Joseph County, was salutatorian of his 2020 high school class. Stanley aspires to create positive changes through the social entrepreneur efforts. HIAS assisted Stanley's parents, oldest brother, grandmothers great grandmothers, aunts, and uncles with their immigration to South Bend, Indiana. And now Stanley will say a few words for us.
Good evening. Thank you so much, Ms. Stender, and thank you everyone for being here tonight. The collapse of the Soviet Union represented the collapse of the entire life my parents had built. One freezing winter night, my parents sat on their flat, worn wooden floor as their life crumbled before their eyes. 20 hours of traveling, 2 visas, and 1 suitcase were the only thing separating them from their dream. But without HIAS, it would be just that, a dream. There was no hope of reaching the land of opportunity by themselves. They had nowhere to go, no family to lean on, and no resources to survive. But HIAS changed everything. In collaboration with the Jewish Federation, HIAS paid for my family's flight to the US. But this was just the start of their support. While navigating a completely new way of life, HIAS set my family up with the resources necessary to succeed, from host families to ESL classes to financial support. Without these generous, selfless gifts, my family would not be where it is today, and I would not have the opportunity to pursue my dreams through higher education. I think it's safe to say that even before receiving the scholarship, HIAS changed my life. Due to rampant anti-Semitism in the Soviet Union, my parents could not pursue their love of education. But today, I have the opportunity to attend a top university and pursue my love for business. Serving as an officer for my National Honor Society, working as an intern for Mayor Pete Buttigieg's office, and volunteering with my own Jewish community has made me passionate about connecting my studies to giving back to the communities I'm a part of, such as HIAS. As I make the transition to the next phase of my life, I'm thrilled to continue being a conscious citizen and helping others just as others have helped me. The HIAS scholarship will transform my life, allowing me to pursue higher education without the worries and financial burden of how I will pay for it. With HIAS's help, I hope to be a testament to immigrants everywhere of what can be possible, even from times of most profound adversity. I stand here today as a son of Jewish Russian immigrants whose life was changed by HIAS. Thank you for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to pursue the education of my dreams.
Stanley, thank you for those lovely inspirational words, and congratulations to you as well. Our next recipient is Emma Shimovitz. Emma will pursue degrees in Jewish studies and psychology at the University of Michigan this fall. She aspires to be a child psychologist and tackle the issues of destigmatizing mental health and ensuring equal access to treatment for all. Emma's many volunteer activities include being a synagogue youth group advisor, a camp counselor and swim instructor at an overnight camp, president of the Israeli Club at Niles North High School, and assisting senior citizens to register for COVID vaccine appointments. Emma is the granddaughter of Holocaust survivors who immigrated from Russia, France, and Romania to Israel. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Her father immigrated from Israel to the United States with the assistance of HIAS. Unfortunately, Emma is unable to attend the event this evening, but we have a video with her remarks, which we will play on her behalf.
Good evening. My name is Emma Shamovich, and I'm honored to be receiving the HIAS Immigration and Citizenship Undergraduate Scholarship. I would like to extend a heartfelt mazel tov to my fellow awardees. I am so grateful to HIAS Chicago, not only for this generous scholarship, but also for helping my father on his path to citizenship after he came to Chicago from Israel in 1996. My father is the son of 2 Holocaust survivors. My grandfather spent his childhood in a Nazi labor camp in Romania, and my grandmother survived the war as a young girl in France by pretending to be Catholic. They met in a refugee camp in central Israel. Although I now gush with pride sharing my family's immigration story, I didn't always feel that way. As a little kid, I didn't understand why my grandfather was afraid to leave his home, or go to the doctor, or speak about his past. At Dunkin' Donuts, I cringed when my father ordered a Sesame Street bagel instead of a sesame seed bagel in his thick Israeli accent. I just wanted to celebrate Christmas like all the girls on YouTube and go to soccer practice instead of religious school on Sunday mornings, and I really hated my big nose and bushy unibrow. However, as I grew older and came to appreciate everything my family sacrificed, my shame turned into pride. I felt pride sharing my grandparents' story of survival with my history class at Niles North. When I climbed through the Bar Kokhba caves during my semester abroad in Israel, I felt wonder as I remembered my ancestors who persevered through centuries of adversity. As a summer fellow at the Shalom Hartman Institute, I brought my unique perspective as the daughter of an immigrant and granddaughter of Holocaust survivors when discussing complex issues like anti Semitism and social justice. Today, I'm a song leader, educator, learner, and leader in my Jewish community. As president of my school's Israeli club and chair of NIFTY Chicago's Israel Committee, I planned engaging programming for my peers that celebrated Israeli culture. I'm able to shift the energy in a room as I strum my guitar and share my love of Jewish music with youth at my synagogue. I'm speaking to you this evening from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, where I am a counselor at a Jewish overnight camp, working to create a welcoming environment for kids as they begin finding their place in the Jewish community. As I continue my own journey, I hope to always draw strength from my family's story, embrace differences, and inspire the next generation to love our shared values and traditions. I am so excited to begin my studies this fall at the University of Michigan with a double major in psychology and Jewish studies. They say it takes a village, Kehillah, community, and I wouldn't be where I am today without this community. HIAS, a part of the JCFS family of services and a part of the Jewish Federation Network, have been there for me, my sister, and my parents. From ESL and citizenship classes to job support, JCC early childhood consultation, psychoeducational testing and counseling, to this evening. Thank you so much. I can't wait to give back to this community.
What lovely comments. And again, we all congratulate Emma. Our final undergraduate recipient is Brina Schusterman. Brina is enrolled at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, where she will pursue a major in psychology and a minor in social work. She's deeply passionate about being able to guide others towards achieving their dreams and particularly inspired to help children realize their full potential. This passion is illustrated by Brina's range of volunteer efforts. She worked as a Hebrew school teaching assistant, tutored children through the SOAR program, and participated in Alinathon, a dance marathon fundraiser in support of individuals with terminal illnesses. Her parents immigrated from Moldavia with the assistance of HIAS. Brina's realization that her parents took the risk of immigrating to have freedom of religion has given her an abiding gratitude for life and appreciation of Judaism. And now Brina has a short speech for us.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction, and thank you so much to HIAS and the anonymous donors for the scholarship opportunity. And I'm honored to speak to you all on a topic that is very close to my heart. So, like many parents watching today, love for their children and family is the sole thing that carried mine through the stress and agony of leaving an entire life behind. Bringing 2 giant garbage bags stuffed with clothing, antique silver spoons, and $1,000, my parents and grandparents risked everything in hopes of gaining the religious freedom and dignity that did not exist in Moldova and many other places for Jewish people. When I was old enough to contemplate the meaning of love, I thought about how my family stayed together despite the stress of poverty and inability to speak English when they arrived in the United States. The Bible says, "You shall not take revenge and you shall not bear a grudge. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am God." In Judaism, God commands us to love each other, which is much easier said than done. The love that the Torah mentions is one of choice. It is completely distinct from the Cupid love many of us watched in movies growing up. What helped me understand love and how to love is how my parents left everything to afford my siblings and I the opportunities they never had growing up. It is these conscious, difficult choices that help us understand the power of love, specifically its ability to fuel us to never give up on people despite our frustration, and to lift individuals and groups of suffering people from the depths of hopelessness. It is the ability to love every soul we meet, whether it be through a small favor, a smile, or a compliment, and to remain in love through strife, that we can become the most unified and powerful version of humanity. With the help of HIAS, my parents were lucky to arrive in the United States with the promise that they could be themselves without persecution. Over 2 decades later, and I can proudly say my parents can afford to live in a beautiful home, be boldly Jewish, and support me through college. Having the materials in life make living more comfortable, but the unshakable love, cultural, and religious freedom that my family and many of the families here have gained by taking a chance and coming to America is minuscule in comparison to the everlasting joy, peace, and opportunities that cannot be bought. Now a psychology major, my aspirations are to help individuals through their mental health struggles, whether it be children of immigrants like myself or anyone else who has dealt with trauma. Once again, thank you to HIAS for assisting my family to immigrate to the United States and for this amazing scholarship. Due to the significant assistance that I'll be receiving, we are in an incredibly fortunate position, and now I have the ability to pay off my student loans more rapidly so that I can choose a graduate program that can help me achieve my mission and purpose of helping people who struggle with their mental health. I just want to say a quick and important thank you to my parents, siblings, friends, and mentors who have shaped me into the woman I am today. With all of your support and guidance, I am now privileged enough to give back, to love fearlessly, to pray shamelessly, and to change the world in the small and big ways that I aspire to. Thank you so much.
Brina, thank you for your lovely thoughts. And again, congratulations to you. This concludes the year's 2021 HIAS Awards to undergraduate students. I'm sure you will all agree that we have a very impressive group of recipients, and we look forward to seeing where the world will take them and where they will take the world. The future sure looks bright with this group of individual young scholars. Thank you so much. At this point, I would like to transition over, and I'd now like to introduce Judy Farby, HIAS Immigration and Citizen Scholarship Committee member, who will be presenting the Graduate Scholarship Awards.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? You hear me? Okay. I just want to say what an honor it has been for me to be on this committee. And I actually am a first generation American also, and I was the child of immigrants, you know, and who were served by HIAS. So this is extremely meaningful to me. So without any further ado, I'd like to start with the graduate students. And our first recipient is Michal Demarsky. Michal completed her undergraduate studies at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and will begin pursuing a doctorate in physical therapy at the University of Illinois, Chicago. She chose physical therapy because she is drawn to a helping profession and believes in improving the health of others without medical intervention. She passionately believes that diversity and understanding various cultural backgrounds are the keys to meeting patients' individualized needs. Michal demonstrates her love for the community by volunteering to deliver meals to mostly Russian-speaking immigrants on Jewish holidays. It gives her great pleasure to see the positive reactions from recipients when she was able to converse with them in their native language. Michal's family is originally from the Ukraine and Israel. They immigrated to Chicago with the support of HIAS. Unfortunately, Michal was unable to attend the event this evening, but she did send a video with her remarks, which we will play on her behalf.
Hi everyone, my name is Michal Demarsky. I'm bummed I cannot make it tonight, but I wanted to make sure to share a little bit about my family and myself to everyone here. My parents, Berta and Yuri Demarsky, immigrated from Israel to the United States in 1997. They initially planned to start their lives in America in 1989, but the borders closed from Ukraine before they got their documentation approved. So they started their lives in Israel in February of 1990 and lived there for 7 years. My parents underwent their immigration with my brother Nick and my maternal grandmother Gita. In 1998, shortly after their arrival, I was born, making me the first generation American in my family. At that point, my father's parents had already immigrated to the US in 1992 and were waiting for us in Skokie, Illinois. This past May, I graduated from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign with a bachelor's in kinesiology, the science of movement. The knowledge and experience I gained during my undergraduate career has led me to be accepted by my dream doctorate physical therapy program. I'm looking forward to furthering my education, working at various clinics, and advancing research at the University of Illinois at Chicago at the end of August. I'm thankful for this award because it will open up even more doors for me in order to get the most out of my next 3 years in school. This scholarship is very valuable to me because it represents the hardships that my family and I have faced and persevered through in the United States. My family and I make it a priority to practice our Eastern European roots by cooking traditional Ukrainian meals and speaking Russian with each other. Being a first generation, there was a lot of pressure on me to succeed academically, and this scholarship supports my hard work. It feels great to know so many people believe in me. Thank you again for this opportunity and recognition. Congratulations to all of the award recipients.
Thank you, Masal. I know you're not here, but thank you for those words anyway. Our next recipient is Miriam Lerman. Miriam was awarded a rare direct admission into the speech and language undergraduate and graduate programs at Nova Southeastern University in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Miriam is currently a graduate student at Nova and hopes to complete the accelerated program early with a Master of Science in Speech and Language Pathology. She would like to become a child speech and language pathologist and help people with traumatic brain injuries. She is the first college graduate in her family. Miriam spent many hours volunteering at a local hospital and helping community members with disabilities. Due to Miriam's leadership role with Chabad on campus, she was chosen for a trip to Poland to learn about the Holocaust. That trip had a profound impact on her. She now lives every day to honor her Jewish ancestors and make them proud of her accomplishments. Miriam's parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles all immigrated from the Ukraine due to anti-Semitism with the support of HIAS. And now Miriam will say a few words.
Good evening, all, and thank you for the introduction. I am very honored to be awarded this scholarship to help my future educational endeavors. The ability to communicate with my peers has never come easy to me. Growing up, I was often introverted due to my struggle with communication from a young age. My parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles all immigrated to the United States with nothing other than a limited knowledge of English. They came to this country as political refugees to gain opportunities that were not present to them in the former Soviet Union. They grew up in a country that prohibited them to practice the freedom of religion and speech. In 1995, they immigrated to the United States with the help of HIAS in search of better opportunities for the future generations of our family. HIAS helped my family apply and receive a green card and then helped them become US citizens. I was born in January of 1999, making me the first US citizen of my family. So my parents got their citizenship after I was born. As I grew up, my parents and grandparents constantly reminded me of how fortunate I am to live in a country that allows me to be anything and everything I want to be. Due to my parents being immigrants to this country, they worked 10 to 12-hour work shifts. This led me to being raised by my grandparents, who were immigrants themselves and did not speak any English. This resulted in my limited exposure to the English language as a child. When I was 2 years old, my grandma taught me the Russian alphabet, which aided me to read and write in Russian from a young age. My fluency in Russian did not help me when I started kindergarten. I did not know a single word of English, nor that a language outside of Russian existed. Still, I was reminded by my family every day of how fortunate I am to live in a country so full of opportunities. Due to the language barrier, I isolated myself from others growing up. I did not know how to communicate with my peers without them running away from me because I spoke an alien language. Throughout kindergarten, I sat after school with my grandparents and learned English. Then when my parents came home from their work shifts, they sat with me at the kitchen table and helped me complete my homework assignments daily. By the end of kindergarten, I learned a whole new language. This experience taught me more than just a new language. It taught me how to overcome any challenge that is set my way. I never take the easy way out of difficult situations. Instead, I always try new things that might be out of my reach. Moreover, this experience taught me the importance of communication, which led me to finding my passion in life, speech and language pathology. Being able to communicate one's needs and wants is a basic human right. Some individuals are born with or develop a communication disorder or delay, and as a speech pathologist, I must find a treatment or alternative approach for the patient. The different treatments allow the patient to be able to communicate with others. As I continue my journey to become a speech and language pathologist, my goal is to help patients find a way to communicate with others around them. I want to thank my parents, grandparents, sister, aunts, uncles, and cousins for always supporting me, even when I try to reach goals that seem almost impossible to reach. I would not be able to say I'm the first generation college graduate of my family without their support throughout my undergraduate career. As I began my graduate study back in January of this year, my family has been nothing but supportive of me, and they're always one phone call away whenever I need them most. So I want to say a big thank you to my family and to HIAS as an organization for helping me pursue and finish my educational journey.
Miriam, thank you for those inspiring words. They really mean a lot. Okay, our next graduate recipient is Sasha Vasilyeva. Sasha graduated from Loyola University with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology and plans to pursue a master's in nursing at the University of Illinois, Chicago. Volunteer opportunities at different hospitals inspired her decision to go to graduate school and earn a degree in nursing. It also taught her about the importance of volunteering and how much it can make a difference in the world. Sasha is employed by Evanston Hospital as the Labor and Delivery Unit Concierge. She was an active member of the Loyola Israel Student Alliance, helping to introduce Israeli culture to Loyola students. In 2019 and 20, Sasha was awarded the Stand With Us Emerson Fellowship, a prestigious one-year program that trains and educates pro-Israel student leaders on college campuses. Sasha emigrated with her family from Belarus when she was 2 years old with the help of HIAS. And now Sasha has a few words for us.
Hi, thank you for that introduction. And to echo what everyone else has said, I just want to start off by thanking all of you and everyone at HIAS for the scholarship and all the opportunities that have come with it. 4 years ago, I was lucky enough to begin my educational journey also with the help of HIAS, and I'm so grateful to be here 4 years later again with the help of HIAS as I continue my education in graduate school. I immigrated here with my family from Belarus when I was just under 2 years old. And though I personally don't remember much from life in Belarus, I've heard plenty of stories of years of oppression from my grandparents and my parents that they faced there as Jews in the Soviet Union. Because of all the terrible anti-Semitism, my parents knew that when they had me, they couldn't stay in Belarus if they wanted me to have the opportunities to pursue any dreams that I could imagine for myself. My mom always thought of her own mother, who, because of being a Jew, was not allowed to pursue her dream of attending medical school and becoming a doctor because of the anti-Semitic values that were instilled in the Soviet Union. And my parents didn't want that life for me. Because of that, my family was able to come to America in 2001 as Jewish political refugees, and with the help of HIAS, they settled in the suburbs of Chicago. I will forever be thankful for the difficult decision they made back then to leave their home and everything they knew to come to the US, because I know that without my immigration experience, I would not have had the same opportunities there as I do in the United States. Not only did immigrating here give me the opportunity to be part of two very different cultural communities, it also gives me the freedom to pursue any goals that I set for myself. This past May, I finished my undergraduate career at Loyola University with my Bachelor of Science degree in psychology. And in a couple of months, I'm really excited to continue my education at the University of Illinois in Chicago, where I will get my master's in nursing. And not to sound like a broken record, but none of these things would have happened and would have been possible without the help of HIAS from the very beginning of my immigration experience to the financial aid and scholarships that I have received from you for my education. So congratulations to everyone here, and again, thank you so much for the scholarship and the opportunities and the significant roles that HIAS has played in my life and continues to play in my education.
Thank you, Sasha, and all the very best to you. And now for our last graduate recipient for this evening, I'd like to introduce Jason Komrov. After completing his undergraduate studies at Oakton College, Jason plans to attend Northern Illinois University Law School and pursue a career as a patent attorney. His travel during college, feeding the hungry, and helping rebuild local communities made Jason realize how much we take for granted in the Western world and how easy it is to make a difference if we try. He has vowed to never forget that there are people suffering every day. A profound Jewish experience and honor has been working as a showmare at a nearby Jewish cemetery. As a sign of respect in Jewish tradition, a showmare stands watch over a deceased person. Jason is a 25-year concessions vendor at major sporting venues in Chicago. His grandparents survived the Holocaust and immigrated to the United States with the support of HIAS. Now Jason has a short speech.
Hello. Thank you so much. Good evening. I'm very honored to be selected as a HIAS scholar. My grandfather, Philip Komrov, came to America with his family when he was 15 years old from the Ukrainian town of Proskura. They were fleeing pogroms that had killed many people in the village, but they were lucky enough to be able to buy their freedom out. They arrived on Ellis Island in 1919, and HIAS helped them during their time in New York City and as they made their way to Chicago. My grandfather could not speak English and worked his entire life as a junk peddler on Maxwell Street. My father was raised in very poor conditions in a one-bedroom apartment sharing a single bed with his two brothers. My father and his siblings had a lot of trouble adjusting at school, often failing classes. My father worked very hard to become a school teacher for over 30 years at Chicago Public Schools. While 7 people in our family living on a school teacher salary was not very easy, we always had love, God, and each other. My parents instilled in my siblings and I the importance of education, as all 5 of us became college bound. My eldest brother is a rabbi and a chaplain in the Navy. My second eldest brother is a physician at a hospital here in Chicago. And my last brother works as an engineer. My sister is a very good mother. Having finished my undergraduate degree nearly 20 years ago, I have decided to venture forth back into a second career as an aspiring patent attorney. This fall, with the support of HIAS, I will be starting Northern Illinois University College of Law. I wish to continue the struggle for the American dream that my family has fought for so diligently for these past generations. I feel like I owe it to my father who suffered the stigma growing up as a child of a Jewish Russian immigrant, and for my grandfather who had to leave his home and work a lifetime of manual labor just to survive. I also feel I owe it to the generations of ancestors who were killed in the pogroms or in the Holocaust just because of their religion. It is not enough for me to merely enjoy my freedom. I want to work to make my life count and do something meaningful to make the world a better place. I'm one of the lucky ones who survived, and I don't want to ever forget it. As a descendant of an immigrant who narrowly escaped genocide, I want to help prevent this from ever happening again. HIAS is proof that immigration is an important aspect of Jewish values. Throughout history, Jews have survived as immigrants in various countries. And with the creation of the State of Israel, the Jewish diaspora serves as one of its great strengths. I find it truly amazing and humbling that the same organization that helped settle my family here in America over 100 years ago is still going above and beyond to help my family realize our dreams and make us complete. It makes me proud to be a Jew, proud to be an American, and proud to be part of an immigrant family. Thank you to all the generous donors and the HIAS Scholarship Committee for making this a possibility. I appreciate you and everyone else attending tonight. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Jason, thank you for those words. And as you can see, we as committee members could not be prouder of all of you and are just honored to have been the ones to choose you. So moving forward, all the best to all of you. It is now my honor to introduce Alana Boyskin, HIAS Immigration and Citizen Outreach and Education Specialist, who will be presenting the Purdue Scholar Award.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alana Boyskin, and I'm presenting the 2021 Purdue Scholars Award to Mark Berman. Having graduated from Glenbrook South High School, Mark will begin attending the Purdue University Undergraduate College of Engineering this fall. After taking an engineering class in high school, Mark decided that majoring in industrial engineering would lead to a career that would involve his interest in both business and technology. Mark plans to continue his education by attaining a master's in business administration. He describes volunteering as a great blessing. His efforts include helping at many food pantries, such as the impressive Feed My Starving Children. He is a passionate musician who plays both piano and violin. Mark has volunteered with the Junior Klezmer Orchestra since he was 12. Most rewarding were the orchestra's performances at nursing homes where the residents derive great joy from the music. Both of Mark's parents immigrated to the United States from Moscow, Russia, with the support of HIAS. And now Mark has a few words.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Mark Berman, and I wanted to say a big thank you to HIAS and to you all. It honestly feels really good to get recognized for this award and share a little bit about myself. I also wanted to say a big thank you to Elise Auerbach, sorry if I mispronounced that, for conducting the interview with me during the awardee choosing process and for introducing me a little bit more to the organization. As all of you have shared a little bit about your family's immigration experience, I want to do the same. Both of my parents immigrated from Moscow, Russia between the years 1999 and 2000 with their parents. My father and his family decided to leave their country and seek the great opportunity of a better life by reuniting with my great-grandfather here in the United States with the help of HIAS. This process was dreadful and long. Other than the motive of a better future and reuniting with my father's grandfather, escaping great anti-Semitism in Russia was in many cases an even bigger one. When I think back at all the decisions my parents have made, ones they regret or ones they're thrilled to have gone through with, I realize how much their decisions mean to me. While they had some family here, they left everything in their birth country, such as friends, more family, jobs, and especially comfortability. I only recently started to realize how much I take for granted, and considering how many adjustments and sacrifices my parents have made for my brother and I. Already mentioned before, I will be attending Purdue University this fall in West Lafayette, Indiana, with industrial engineering as my intended major. Purdue was actually my first choice, and I'm thrilled to start my first year engineering program on a good note. I'm also excited to continue my passion for math, sciences, business, and technology. Although I have been very confident that this is what I want for the start of my career path, I don't quite know yet what I want to do in the future, but I feel like my engineering degree will open many doors in many different industry fields. I also wanted to mention why this scholarship is important to me and my family. Like many of you students, it means a lot to me that I was able to put in a little bit of extra work and help out my parents a lot financially. The scholarship means a lot to me in particular because it was a great opportunity to share my involvement in the Jewish community. Like said in the introduction, over the past 10 years, I have been involved in a junior klezmer orchestra where I play the violin. Together, we have played hundreds of concerts at synagogues, nursing homes, assisted living communities, cultural festivals, and more. Because my parents have always been extremely involved with me in this Jewish organization, it means a lot that I got the opportunity to showcase that and get recognized for it. I strive to continue to be a part of many future organizations, Jewish organizations, and contribute as much as I can to the community. Thank you again to HIAS and for you guys. Have a good night.
Well done, Mark. Congratulations. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful evening. A huge congratulations to everyone, to our scholars and to your families. What beautiful tributes you all gave to parents and grandparents and mentors for the contributions and dedication. June is Immigrant Heritage Month, and what a special way to honor this month than to celebrate you all. Immigrants, children, and grandchildren of immigrants who are bright and compassionate and resilient and hardworking and inspiring. Thank you for joining us in celebration tonight. Best of luck to our 11 scholars. We can't wait to hear about everything that you accomplish and about all the lives you touch. We're going to end our programming tonight, but I am going to ask our scholars to stay on for a moment so we can take a screenshot of all of you and share in the future. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yay. Good job. So,
Okay, and all of you who are not scholarship winners, we just turn your cameras off. I can get a shot from the rest of it.
like that. All right. Let's see, do you want the speakers or are we good? And
Well, it's up to you. What shot do you want?
I think live. All right, Rosa, we're gonna take a picture, okay? Can you hang up?
Okay.
Thank you, Margarita. And I don't know who Regina is. Would you be able to hang up? We able to?
I can knock
Remove-
them off
remove
if you
some folks?
prefer. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, that would be great.
Let's, there we go. Is that working? Just give me 1 second. And here we go. All right, everybody. Jeez. All righty, got it.
Great, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
All the best.
Congratulations to you all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, our pleasure. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thanks, you too. Take care, Stan.